Hello there, gang. Your chum D.D. DeVere is here with another past blast, playing a classic game of yesteryear. And today we're playing a little bit of Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl. This was of course released back in 2007 and was developed by GSC Gameworld. So what do we get in the way of options in the shadows of this Chernobyl? We get a few basic video settings. Oh, it's a full dynamic lightings. We get some advanced settings though. And a fair decent amount of options, so that's always good. You get a couple of sound sliders, a couple of game settings, and finally controls, fully rebindable of course, as well as an alternative option. And here of course is your mouse sensitivity. So one thing, multiplayer, now being quite an old game and being powered by GameSpy, there's actually people playing the multiplayer. It's still active. I was quite surprised to see that. And that's the 106 version, which is one sold by GOG and Steam. The latest update version. So you're golden if you fancy a bit of multiplayer. But for now we shall have a look at the single player. There's also some credits if you'd like a couple of things. Now what we should do is a new game. Now I would suggest, if you've not played this before, start with Stalker. I wouldn't pick Novice. I certainly wouldn't pick Master. Stalker is a good starting point. I'll explain for why once we get in game. So as usual, I shall cut the introduction and see you guys and gals in game.
So, Marked One, I saved you, and I'm not going to pretend I did it to win favors upstairs. You do some jobs for me, and we're even. Besides, keeping you busy might be a good way to deal with your amnesia. And I'll see what I can find out about your problem. I don't give a shit why you want to find this s.t.a.l.k.e.r guy. I mind my own business. If you want to kill him, well, you must have your reason. What are you standing there for? Come closer. I don't bite.
So we can't do a lot at the moment anyway. So we have a chat with Sidrovich here.
The choice is yours. Either I brainwash you like I usually do with all the rookies, or I treat you like a real stalker and I give you a mission straight away. Got a job for you, Marked One. I want you to find a stalker called Nimble. He was carrying some very important information. He disappeared somewhere near the bridge. Find him. Dead or alive, I don't care. I need the flash drive with the info. Visit Wolf from the local camp and ask him. He certainly knows where that guy can be.
You can also trade here with Sid, of course. He doesn't have a lot of stock at the moment, so we shall take our leave.
This shit. Good hunting, Stalker.
This is the underground bunker, the trader bunker, and here we get into the games world. Now, it'll just give you a few little tips. The first thing you'll notice is the absolutely mental head bob in game. It is quite extreme. And the odd stutter, we'll talk about those in a moment. So there is a way to get rid of that. First of all, hit your tiddle key to bring up your console. That's the one just underneath the escape key, at least on the UK keyboards. And then you type the following: cam, C-A-M, underscore, inert, I-N-E-R-T, spacebar, and then a value. 0.7 is its current setting. I should go for 0 to turn it off. You can mess around with it if you like, and then tiddle key again to close. And that's tamed that right down. Much better. It's like your head banging at a Slayer show if you don't do that. So we'll have to go have a chat with this chap he asked us about. he told us to go see, because at the moment we don't have much. We have our binoculars here, and we have some bolts, and we'll see what the bolts are important for in a moment. Oh, come on, hit him. It was go through him. So this is Wolf. So let's get through this. I need to see Nimble. It's been attacked by some bandits, etc, etc. Yeah. I think I could do it alone. And let's see, no chance on your own. My scouts are soldiers, etc. So I'll try. So make sure you... You'll have to chat with him anyway, or you won't have a lot of equipment. Now, of course, now that we've chatted to him, we have our knife. Yes, I'm leaving, idiot. They don't like having your weapons out in camp. And we have this little starter pistol. So the visuals, they're this is a stock install and no mods of any sort. We'll talk about mods in a moment. And in general, they don't look too bad at all, really, for the age. Some pretty good weather effects and things also in the game, as well as a day and night cycle. I'm just going to quickly stop off and help this chap. Oh, I think we found a stash.
Help me, brother. Take the med kit off the stiff. I thank you, Marked One. You're okay, you know that?
Oh, I know that.
Tell everyone at the camp that you helped me out.
That static is the military helicopter there. And pick that up. If you'd have took that, what he says was that what they count as a tutorial, it just basically explains your PDA here, which is on the P key. Shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. Which is where you can access your map. So this is the sector we're in at the moment. Your girly diary, to keep a note of all the crushes that you get as a as a girl, because that's what keeps diaries, and other silly things like that. And that would have been, that's what basically it told you. So there's our target, and that's the stash. That if you check bodies, occasionally they'll give you coordinates for stashes. Which are the ways of little things to collect, such as ammunition, weapons, armour, etc. Oh, did I just see a firearm there? Oh, good, the silenced one. I shan't use that now, because the game does have weapon degradation, as you can see in the bar. And it doesn't take much for them to start becoming unreliable. So for some later missions, and of course because this is set a zone, of course this is set around the Chernobyl nuclear plant. A fictional take on the real world events of 1986, the power plant disaster. In fact, really, before I do that, I should go and look at what makes the game slightly more interesting. So those different animals are all mutant. They're blind dogs. There's only a couple there. I could probably clear them out, but when you get a big pack of them, you've got to be very careful. They can tear you to pieces pretty quick, because this game can be quite brutally punishing. And that's one of the reasons why I suggest you pick at least Stalker rather than Novice. So as you turn the difficulty down, what it does is it boosts the health pool. Which you think, oh, that's good. That's sort of kind of what I want, really. Except for it boosts it for everything, not just you. Your enemies also get extra health. So that's why it's a good idea to play, at least the first time, on something around the Stalker level.
Just think about it, man. Next time it could be you in this place. Anyhow, be extremely careful near anomalies. As soon as you hear the detector beeping, grab the bolts and toss them in front of you. Alrighty, talk to you.
So that's what your bolts are for. It's to find yourself a safe way through the anomalies. So there's that one there. And inside the anomalies are the artifacts. So that's a jellyfish. That gives us an extra bullet resistance of 2%, but it comes with a penalty of radiation, so not really worth much. But as you can imagine, there's some funky ones later on, and the harder they are to get, generally speaking, the better they are for you. Or rather, the better the effects they can have. Oh, definitely have that. A little bit close to that one. Looks clear there. Some of them, especially at night time, really quite impressive. Because it's not just all overland. As you go through the game, you'll be going to different parts of the area, different bunkers and basements, and of course different parts of the zone. At the moment we've only got this very first area to play in, so it's not fully open world, it's sort of semi open world, but later on you'll generally go to a sector, do the missions there, find all the little side missions you can to get all the extra gear and money and so forth and so on, and then move on to the next as you progress through, and eventually to get to the Chernobyl plant itself. So right, let's go find those scouts. But I was talking about the difficulty levels. That the very first time I did this mission, I told them I'll do it on my own and I'll go charging in. It didn't end well. I can't remember what difficulty they were playing at, but it wasn't novice. I got quite spanked by this game. In fact, it catches a lot of people unawares. You sort of expect, if you've come from the more Call of Duty style games, that this level of difficulty in places can be quite a smacking.
Pipe down, man. Let me fill you in.
Right, let's get chatting for you and get the mission underway. Right, we'll see. Got any questions? How many soldiers? 7 or 8. 2 at the gate, 2 in the building. To the right, and in the fire. Another 2 and 1 in the left. Another 2 in the one on the building on the left. Right, got it. That's what they say to keep them nimble. Someone usually hangs around the yard as well. Right, so you can, if you want, to try and solo it.
Men, Wolf here sent us some support along with the order to attack. Time to move on and be heroes.
But why die alone, hey? Plus, if they do get killed, there's lots of goodies and for you to loot and trade with Sid. Yeah, there he is. So all in all, it's definitely an intriguing game. It does a really good job of making you feel a bit of a desolate wasteland. They've done a really good job of capturing that sort of feeling. Some really funky mutant types as you progress through the game. Right, this is not... Oh, he pinned me right off the off. I've got any bandages. Oh no, so it was only light bleeding. So that's alright. Light bleeding will heal on its own. I don't want to get too close because I think they've all got shotguns. In fact, the very first thing I did, I went charging in with pistol blasting, and one of them instantly shotgunned me off. Oh! Yeah, he instantly shotgunned me, and I was pretty much dead in the 2 hits. Oh, I've got to stop doing this just auto-reloading. Did I nick him? Let's try to see if we can't flank round the back here. No, these little stutters, they're not very helpful. At a moment like this, that's for sure. How are our troops doing? They look alive. I thought I should drive. If that'd be enough to drop him. Right, there's one down. Actually, I've got to be careful. I'm actually sort of a bit low on health here. I don't think I've bound a key to my fast bandages. Oh, there's 2 there. Right, there's one down. Still got a bit of ammunition left. Alright, looking good, looking good. So did they get the last couple? Don't know if he did or didn't. Yeah, shut up. Moan, moan, moan. That's all they do. Right, now we've got a shotty ourselves. There's a fairly decent selection of weapons. Whoops. He also has a shotgun. I think I got him. Is that the one that was in there? Whoops. I think they have actually wiped out all our... I see him. Oh well. That actually went... Oh, that's why he was the... Yeah.
Factory cleared. Returning to starting positions. Out.
So that's the only annoying thing, as you can see, they always drop their gun on the ground. Yeah, no, that's sort of realistic and all, but... it'd be a pain when you want to collect everything to loot and sell stuff. So all in all, it's a... Whereabouts is the... There's one gun. Well, it's a pretty decent game. It does excellent atmosphere, great sound work, especially when you're creeping along at night and you've got the various mutant sound stuff kicking off. I'm not sure that's coming up on the recording there. My little Windows icon thing's popped up for some strange reason. But anyway, unfortunately, it was only as easy as that. Right, it's the one I looted. This game is absolutely rammed with bugs. It has a lot more bugs than bandits, in all honesty. Did I get his gear? I think I did. Yeah. So that leads to there's so many where to start, from the random crashes. I mean, these little weird freezes that are going on at the moment. They weren't here the last time I played, so no idea what that's about. To saves that corrupt. Right, this is the chap we want. Right.
Could never thank you enough.
Okay. Right, give me the drive. Right. What to do? You can trade some of the low-level junk to these guys if they've got cash on them. Right. But there's there's a bug where you can get permanent radiation, so you eventually die of it. There's just sometimes the characters you need to chat to will be dead, or they just won't be there, or quests won't trigger properly. This game is absolutely rife with bugs. There's no two ways about it, unfortunately. So there are workarounds. The first and most obvious one is the many mods out there. Now this game has absolutely tons of mods. That's a sound of a blind dog there. The standard place to start is known as ZRP, Zone Reclamation Project. Sorry, that has a lot of bug fixes. Actually, now I've got this. Now I've got this many bullets. I might finish these dogs off. There's other things like... there we go. That's fairly good. Even the mutants sometimes have stuff on them. There's others. There's a Complete 2009. That kind of makes it... a few of them packing up there. I'll go around them. There's Misery. That's a very popular one. You can probably guess from the title what it does. But the good thing is all of them do address the bug issues, but they'll sometimes make the game either easier, such as Complete, or harder, such as Misery. So, but ZRP is a pretty good starting place. It gives you a fairly vanilla experience, but without the bugs and issues. So it's not that the game is playable, but it can also corrupt your saves. So save often. If you do decide to go for the vanilla playthrough, save often, and also be sure to back up your saves. So military, you want to stay away from them at the moment. That military camp will pretty much gun you down rapidly. But all in all, so for the money, you get a lot of game. The game itself is a lot going on. You've got multiple endings. It's got just such an excellent atmosphere. Even if it can be brutally punishing in places, you can die really quickly, and you can fall foul of one of the many, many bugs in game. So that's part of the issue. Oh, and I didn't mention the crouch just before we conclude our dealings. This is something to keep a mind of. So control, I mean that is your crouch. I've got it toggled at the moment. It hardly looks any different. But you've got an extra low crouch. So it's really good for stealthing, because you can stealth certain parts of the game, certain elements of it. But if you find yourself stuck anywhere, chances are it's the low crouch you need to get you through. Because it can be so easy to forget you've got this weird way of doing it. Why they just didn't call it prone or something, I don't know. Yeah, so you crouch first, then hold which I've bound to the Z key. So yes, it's just the bugs. There is. If you're brave, definitely give it a go. But yeah, definitely save often, and you want to back some of your saves up every so often, because they can get corrupted, which can be quite frustrating. It's a great shame. It's a long story. The game basically got rushed out before it was ready. Sadly, I mean, it was in development long enough. In many ways, this is GSC gameworld. This is a bit of a continuation of their original Venom codename Outbreak, which I've got a Past Blast gameplay video on my channel of. In a way, you have a fairly large openish area, and now there's a lot more hostiles to tackle. But it's just, yeah, so there's the reason why the Stalker games have such a great cult following. It's because what there is here is just so many flashes of brilliance. Just really is just let down by those bugs. You get a lot of story. Story itself is nothing too gripping, but it's fairly intense game, especially once you get into the more irradiated areas with much more anomalies, and you try to make your way through them, especially at night and that. But yeah, there's also the mods that you can look into. I mean, some of the mods are complete conversions. Other ones will add up whole extra areas of the zone, expanding on it. And there's weapons mods, there's sounds mods. There's so many mods for this game. So just for that alone, the hours you can end up racking up out of this game from those just from that is well worth it. Should have probably checked these before I started the mission, but for things like that now, that, you know, food and hunger is not that big an issue. There's mods out there that also add all that to the game. Sleeping, there's lots of really good stuff. So anyway, gang, we'll conclude our dealings here. Stalker, Shadows of Chernobyl, a flawed gem for sure. That's true. Sometimes frustratingly difficult. But it just has such an atmosphere and ambience all of its own. Elements of horror, stealth, action. And then, of course, as you go throughout the game, there's the exploration of finding all the funky new stuff, looking for the stashes and better weapons, ammunition and all that goes with it. And talking of that, I'm going to check the quality of these guns before I flog them on, just to make sure I keep the best one. Nothing worse than flogging off a gun that's got really good levels of quality, because once that gun gets about here, they will start jamming and misfiring quite rapidly. Slight annoyance. Again, it's one of those things that some of the mods out there have fixing kits that allow you to restore them. So yes, it's just you'll get a lot of game for your money if you take the plunge, if you haven't already. For those who are after the nostalgia kick, it's still as strong as it always was in this game. They did a brilliant job on atmosphere. So anyway, thanks all for taking the time to watch the video. Hope you found it useful and entertaining in some way. And as ever, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to let them know you're alive. And I shall see you all next time. Bye for now.